You laughing. You laughing. That's real. My computer knows me.
Hey, did you start the show? Yeah, you started the show. You think you slick.
I am.
Anyways,
I'm
welcome
real.
back, fellow knowledge seekers. Bringing that intro.
MYECOMICS is the best, I guess you know why.
Y'all see the name of the show. And we back with My Comics. I am your host, Frankie J. And over here, this Midnight Assassin. All right. And we back with 2023, 5 movies or shows that was better than Marvel, in our opinion. And I know I got on a Deadpool hat. I had on my Invincible shirt earlier, but I was drinking.
Drinking water.
I was drinking water, and
water.
I got ketchup and stuff on it, so I had to take it off because I wanted to look fresh for the show. You know what I'm saying? So have we been back since New Year's? We did a show last week. Anyways, I feel like, did we do a show last year? Last week?
No.
We didn't do one last week? Yeah, we did.
We did? What was it about? Oh yeah, we did. I forgot. That's right. I'm like,
yeah, because that's how much we got going on in the other lifestyle.
Man, we swamped.
Right. So let's go ahead and get into it. But first, before we get into it and start talking about it, I want to bring something to your attention. Listen, this past week, I think it was on Monday, Crisis on Infinite Earth came out for DC Animated. Listen, if you ain't checked that one out, go check it out. This is part 1 of the saga. So it's on Amazon, YouTube, and it was one more. It cost $19.99. It's a Justice League animation. And then also we got Echo out with Marvel. And I know this video is saying shows that are better than Marvel, but Echo right now, they hey, listen, the MCU getting with it. The MCU is letting you know that we about to up the ante again, because I haven't watched it. I watched some previews from it. You got Daredevil in there, you got Ronan in there, and you got Echo in there, all in the first episode. Kicking butt. And I was watching the trailers to it, and I'm gonna be honest with you, Midnight Assassin. I think this is one of the ones. This is what you've been wanting.
This is what I've been waiting for.
Yeah, because you remember you said, hey, when the reason why they make these movies, the fight movies, this and that, because you ain't got to spend as much money on special effects, CGI, and that kind of stuff. Remember, you was talking about that. Well, this is one of those movies where they got fight scenes, they got blood, they got guts, they got glory, they got.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm tired of fight scenes all nerfed up.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm ready for a good fight scene.
Right. And listen, this is it. So I'm gonna start watching tomorrow. I'm gonna make some videos on it, like my little shorts. I'm gonna put them up and talk about it. But other than that, so on Tuesday I sat down and watched Crisis on Infinite Earth. It follows Crisis on Infinite Earth, of course, from the Flash's point of view.
Yeah. That's point.
Yeah, it's kind of like the actual book, the comic, but then it's not. So
they break it up into different parts. Is it like two?
Yeah. So once you watch it this week, that's gonna be the show next week.
It's a series.
No. It's just 1 hour, maybe 90 minutes. Oh. And I know there are gonna be some haters out there because Iris West is black, but she's like Invincible Amber's black. She reminds you of Invincible's girlfriend Amber type.
What was it? All the ginger hair people,
right?
That change black,
right?
What's up?
Right. Again, check out that's out, and then that's all I have for the My Comics news. So let's get into 5 shows that we feel are better than the MCU in 2023. And to be honest with y'all, I got them written down right here. I was trying to do stuff before the show started, but this guy here was like, "Where you at? Get on. Oh, we need to start." So while he's talking, I'm gonna screenshot it. Let me make sure it's spelled correctly here because I can't spell. And Vince Cyborg. And Vince Invisible and Vince. And Vince.
Oh, NDP said he liked Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Oh, you watched it? He liked something? Man, listen.
He said,
man, hey man, what's up, NDP? That's a hard move. That's a hard move right there to satisfy, man. I mean, I be putting up those man, he be dog walking me some days. I'd be like, I hate all of them. I hate all of them. All of them.
And he likes Lobo and Bishop.
Listen,
I threw that Bishop in there.
that boy be hard on me, but
DC
I respect
pretty good about the animation.
I respect it though, but yeah. Hey, put his comment up while I'm doing this. Hold on.
Boom. There it is.
Right. So yeah, I can't wait to see part 2. I didn't go and check to see when the next one is coming out, but again, I like the way they set this up on us. They gave us a part 1. They also tied in the rest of the universe. What was this universe? The After Some. We talked about in a show before, but this new DC universe is what they pulling in together. So for this Crisis on Infinite Earth, they kind of alluding to Flash, like, yo, Flash, some of this is your fault on the Crisis on Infinite Earth, and it started before time, and so then it started cutting off.
It says DC animations that are usually worth watching because even if they kind of sort of suck, they're better than anything. Marvel's putting out that they call a series or a TV show.
Hold on now, man. Loki was all right, man. What If was all right.
I mean, when Marvel does live action, Marvel does they do a decent job. But DC, when they do animation, DC usually hit it out the park.
No. Let me hit
what animation DC ain't do.
No. Let me hit y'all with something.
So also we can disagree that Hawkeye show sucks. No, did I lose you guys?
No. You didn't. To me, the Hawkeye show, if I had to rate it 1 to 10, and 10 being the best, and 1 being the worst, I would say that was a 7, maybe a 6.5. But what I wanted to talk about was that when DC do their animation, DC never roll off to the side. All right, DC stays right there in the middle with what they know is going to sell. And what I mean by that is it's Justice League or Batman or Superman. You know what I'm saying? They did have a Vixen series on the CW. Nobody watched it. They had a Constantine series.
Man.
Right. Nobody watched it because guess what?
Series that did suck. I tried
watching what I'm getting at is, right, Marvel's at the forefront and they're attempting to see what people want. So they're going out here saying, okay, these characters that are kind of out there that's known, like She-Hulk. She-Hulk came out in the comic books. She was kind of a hit. They wanted to try it. Miss Marvel, she was a hit. They wanted to try it. Moon Girl and the Dragon Dinosaur, whatever it's called. They put it out there. It didn't do that well. You know what I'm saying? It was the same thing with Captain America Civil War when they introduced Black Panther. They didn't just give Black Panther a movie. They introduced him and see how the audience reacted to him. All right. Again, when you go back to the beginning of when Marvel started, we're going to start with Iron Man because we already did X-Men. We already did Hulk. They only got us this. We did Fantastic Four. They only got us this. We did Blade, and Blade is a different story. I just don't understand why they just didn't do Blade. Again, we should have got a Spawn. Oh no, we did 3 Blades. Right, Spawn. But so my thing is when they introduced Iron Man, they seen that Iron Man was a hit. So next thing you know, let's get another one out here as soon as possible. But we also dropped a Thor. Then we dropped another Hulk. Then we dropped Captain America. And then somebody got the bright idea, let's bring it all in together. And then they got a hit. But what they did to me wrong was you introduced one of your heaviest hitters first, and that was Thanos. You know what I'm saying? For Infinity Games and Endgame, you went too hard at first. We should have got Kang. We should have got Dr. Doom. And then
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think with all like the I guess the trauma around like with drama going around like Jonathan Majors and stuff.
No.
That's what killed Kang. I think
No. You didn't let me finish.
Oh,
See, you got lost. What I'm saying is we should have got Kang in 2016 and 2017, 2018. We shouldn't be talking about Kang now. We should be talking about Thanos. That should be our big bad because we already got Ultron. We already got Kang. We already got these Earth dudes. If we had to compare Kang to Thanos, a lot of us would say Thanos goes harder than Kang. So there are other bad guys out there that we could have used, but we chose Thanos. Thanos is one of the most famous bad guys. That's like us waiting on, well, guess what? Let's talk about DC. Lex Luthor, on average, is in 90% of the animations. Some way, somehow, Lex Luthor's there.
So MDP said, okay, but you do Darwell? No.
Marvel is really in it for the money, and they don't care if they get good or bad reception as long as they get money making perception.
Yeah. I mean, if you don't believe that statement, then tell me why I should hold on for season 2.
Season 2 of what? Well, we'll wait. No. So, I mean, do you really want to do which show are we doing? Are we doing?
I thought you was gonna go down. I thought you was gonna go down the list. Oh, he said, yeah. I guess he's talking about She-Hulk. Okay. She-Hulk.
Okay. So with She-Hulk,
if you don't do that, then tell me why She-Hulk got a season.
So no. See, I can tell you why She-Hulk got a season, because She-Hulk is not everybody's cup of wine, cup of coffee, cup of Kool-Aid. It's a different cup of Kool-Aid you drinking from when you watching She-Hulk versus you watching Iron Man. So the only way you want to see a Iron Man and a She-Hulk in the same scene if they making love. That's the only way you dealt with like Daredevil and She-Hulk and then a sex scene. Other than that, a lot of y'all don't want to see She-Hulk because you don't like She-Hulk's. You don't like She-Hulk's way that she talks, her ideals, all that, because it is strictly against the way that some of us think and feel. A lot of us like the Iron Man. We like the Thors. We like the Captain Americas. We like the ones who are like us. Like for me, I'm not going to lie to you. I've never cared for Iron Man. I like Captain America. All right. I like Winter Soldier. What's another one? I like the Hulk, but I don't like Bruce Banner Punk. I mean, I didn't like T'Challa and Black Panther because of his thought process. I was more on the side of Killmonger.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is I would want more Killmonger because of his thought process. I sided with Shuri. But when I was watching, I watch the Marvel shows because I it's on TV. I want to see what it's about, give it a chance or whatever. But to pick up a She-Hulk comic book, the only time I've ever picked up a She-Hulk comic book is when they did like Civil War in the comic books. And you had to go read the She-Hulk comic book in order to get the full story from what was going on with Wolverine. So just to give you an idea, with Civil War, when it came back out in the early 2000s in the comic books, I was following Wolverine. All right. And so Wolverine's story bled over into Iron Man's story. And then I started reading the Iron Man comics, and then Iron Man bled over into Spider-Man. But when they was telling the Iron Man story, the arc reactor in his chest, the story they was telling, was not only helping him power up, but it was making him smarter. So Iron Man found a way to negate Spider-Man's spider senses by having his suit put out some pheromones or something. I was like, So he beat Spider-Man because he wasn't able to beat Spider-Man because he could never get a hit on Spider-Man. Spider-Man's spider sense just have him dodge left and right. So, anyways, let's see what he got.
Okay, but you know
Moon
the
Knight,
fans have been itching for the longest for some Daredevil or Moonlight show.
Correct.
It took forever on the goddamn day to make it, and you know that's the truth.
Correct. And listen, I cannot disagree with you, but what I'm saying is we're expecting them to put out stuff for a certain set of people, and they're not doing that. They're doing it like they would do comic books. In a comic book store, there are thousands of comic books out there to read by all kinds of makers, and unless he says, like Midnight Assassin was telling me about Demon Slayer, and if it weren't for him and the young man I got in my house, my little man, looking at Demon Slayer, I would have never opened up a Demon Slayer comic book and realized that they write the Demon Slayer comic book from back to front and not front to back. And I was like, what? So what I'm saying is, Marvel's, they're appeasing to a lot of audiences, and they're trying to bring it all in, and then they're trying to turn around and bring it all together, where DC is only trying to appease one audience, and they're gonna do Superman, Batman, Flash, and Wonder Woman. Superman, Batman, Flash, Wonder Woman. Even though Titans, I think Titans need better writing.
Yeah, they do.
But mostly on TV, all we get is bat stuff. Bat. And it shows again when the Batman came out. The Batman wasn't a spectacular movie.
I thought it was pretty good.
It wasn't spectacular.
I enjoyed it.
It wasn't spectacular.
I'm hopeful for some sequels.
Listen, but it wasn't spectacular.
I'm ready to see some more Batman. I watched it twice.
It wasn't spectacular.
I watched it twice.
Again, the Batman to me is an 8. It's not a 10. It's not a Infinity Wars. It's not.
I watch it if they come out with a sequel.
No, listen. I watched it this year. So I was, because it came on on Netflix right now. Netflix went and added all the DC movies. You got Wonder Woman, you got Batman, you got Man of Steel, you got the Batman. And so some odd reason I said, okay, let me watch it again. And I actually sat there and really enjoyed it. But, and honestly speaking, it's Batman. I want to see some Martian Manhunter. I want to get a piece of some real Cyborg.
I almost got that with the Justice League Snyder cut.
No, you can't. You're not gonna get it,
man. Yeah, we're not gonna get that. But I'm interested to see how they're gonna take this Batman. And I did enjoy Man of Steel.
No, look, Man of Steel was well received, and if I had to put it on the same, Doom Patrol. The crazy thing about Doom Patrol and Titans that they are polar opposites. Titans has trash writing, and Doom Patrol is like the busting out Academy Award. Right, the first couple of seasons of Doom Patrol to me was good, but again, I'm gonna say this: I feel like they didn't have the budget that they needed. If Doom Patrol would have had a bigger budget, I think they could have did a whole lot more because the writing was good. What's my man name, Mr. Nobody? When they did that one, I just thought they would talk. DC is hard hitting. However, you are 100% correct. It will take them forever, and God knows how long they realize maybe everybody's second tired of Batman and Superman. But that's the thing. I'm gonna say I'm a part of the fandom. No, I ain't gonna say I'm a part of the family, but I'm gonna tell you, when I'm posting on TikTok and I'm posting on YouTube, I can put something up about Cyborg and barely get anything. I put something about Superman, Batman, I'm flooded.
Yeah.
I'm flooded.
Yeah.
That's what Iron Man.
That's the market. What gets me is like they don't ever like carry it forward. It's always like a reboot of some sort.
Right. So I think DC need to take the heavy hitters bring them on the screen, but then also at the same time write a compelling story for you to want to go see somebody else. Like, I'm gonna give you another one. Peacemaker. Peacemaker was a great addition to the DC franchise. But again, look what we did. Is it John Cena that's taking too long, or is it they taking too long? Who's taking too long to bring out a Peacemaker 2?
I don't know. It's taking forever.
Right.
Like been a whole 2 years.
So hold on, because we got 10 minutes left, man. 2023 shows and series that was better than Marvel. We had did I send it over? Got it. Hopefully this worked, dog. And you ain't got no commercials? Or you just
nope. After that message, surprisingly enough, John Cena does have the new movies coming out soon. I just don't know exactly when, but that has a lot to do with it. And then on top of that, the writer's strike and all that stuff happened. So it pushed the whole.
No, listen. Let me hit y'all with something. Excuses. All right. You could have had me, MVP, and Phil in there writing for Peacemaker. You know, they got some writers out there, but just certain writers that you want. We could have wrote Peacemaker. You called us up, hey man, y'all, get us something. You know, okay. You know, all that excuses about a writer's strike. Every writer did not agree with the writer's strike. All right, and that's just a part of life. But we went with the majority. I'm not hating on them because the writers should get a payment. And from the beginning, it's been skewed. And I point this out with the whole. I hope I don't get in trouble here. I hope I don't get in trouble when I say this. But I'm gonna go back to Nelly in 2000.
I don't know who Phil is. I know who Midnight Assassin is. That's right. That's right.
Woo! Okay. All right. I won't mess that up again. Please retract that statement. What was I finna say? Oh, the writers and the actors right now, yeah, they are getting done. And I'm gonna give an example. Terrence Howard, Hustle and Flow. What's that song you made? Whoop That Trick. Yeah. Well, that song made millions of dollars, but because the character belongs to the movie studio, the character get paid, and the character belongs to the movie studio, so he don't get any of that paper.
Oh, that's how they did Chappelle.
Right. So, yeah, the writer's strike is a move in the right direction, and hopefully they work this out. But it's a lot of people that's behind the scenes, period, that make the movie stars bigger than what they are. Even right now, my daughter is she's going to school for acting and something else, but she does stage managing on the side. And she was like, man, this stage managing is like herding cattle. Me and you know what she means. You know, like we know what you. I was like, yeah, it is, right? But guess what? Whoever is at the forefront, because the way America is set up, is going to get all the credit, and none of the people in the back get credit. And even at the end of movies, in the beginning of movies, you got who's going to be in the movie, who wrote it, and then at the end, you got all this stuff: production, sound, the names on there for a costume, who did the digital effects, blah blah. We don't even pay attention to that. We don't even know none of their names, but we remember who the star was in the movie, and so those people aren't truly getting paid the money they should, and the writers need to go on strike for it. The writers need to definitely go on strike for it. So
this is a really good show today, and the message is definitely true that Hollywood is just behind the times. It takes them so slow to get up to where everyone else is mentally and culturally.
Look, man. I don't know if we're ready to move for it. Let me tell you something.
I think Hollywood is so far behind, man. Like you got people like crowdfunding and stuff, creating their own movies, getting around Hollywood because Hollywood's so political. Like you had, like, people literally had to, like,
is not political.
Huh?
Listen, Hollywood is not political.
Yes, it is, bro.
No,
it's controlled.
Let me give you my reason.
Hollywood is controlled.
Let me give you my reason. That I say Hollywood is not political. Hollywood is not political because Hollywood is actually making movies about what's going on currently right now in the world. But when it's sent out to the public, it's received as being political when it's about real life. Remember the show 13?
Hollywood's political, bro.
Remember Ava, let me finish. Ava DuVernay's 13. Remember you told me to watch that?
Yeah, that was really good.
But look, it's real life. But people were saying, oh.
Was that Hollywood?
That's Hollywood. Yes.
That was real good.
No, so look, Winter Soldier, Falcon and the Winter Soldier. There was a part on there where it was saying Falcon went in to get a house, tried to get a house for his sister. And they told him we couldn't give you a loan. He's like, but I'm with the Avengers. I just saved the world, blah, blah, blah. You ain't got no good credit, player. Now, even though we know that storyline was put in there to make a point, right? Because I mean, Falcon was a paratrooper in the military. We know he got a paycheck coming in, and he was asking for a certain amount of money, and they didn't want to give it to him. That's one of the politics that's in there. Or when we talk about, but guess what? We call that a politic, but that is actually going on in the real world. Because I'll tell you right now, Navy Federal is denying minorities loans. I'll put this up later for you. Even if the minority made the same amount as the majority, they still was denying them loans.
Even if they make more.
If they make more, guess what? You write about this and put in the movie, it's political. Yeah. Who made it political? The government and the media made it political. Now I'm not gonna say the government, but the people that's in the government made it political because this is what they ran a race on, and then it became political. And so, what's another one that's a big one? Give me another one. Women's rights. So I'm gonna come back and talk about this. I hope y'all watching this because I'm gonna talk so much trash about y'all. I put up a post. The post had Captain America versus Moon Knight versus Valkyrie. Tessa Thomas, Valkyrie. You know who the majority pick would win? Who? Captain America and Moon Knight.
How? Like, she got the power of a god. Like, what? That don't even make sense.
In Avengers 1, and I was gonna pull these videos. In Avengers 1, when Captain America went against Loki, there was nothing he could do against Loki. In Ragnarok, Loki went against Valkyrie, and there was nothing that Loki could do against Valkyrie. They sent the Valkyries to fight Hela. That's number 3. Number 4 is, right, this is the same Valkyrie Thor went to go fight. What's my man's name? The god Gore, the god killer. With he didn't go choose Captain America. He didn't go choose. He went and got. He's like, but Valkyrie. She held Zeus's doggone weapon. Valkyrie is a hard hitter, but again, and y'all trying to tell me it's politicized? No. When people say that social media is the devil, social media is comprised of the community, us. Facebook is the devil. That's us. Because we the ones on Facebook. We the ones on YouTube. I'm done.
Well, in that poll, you should see what I said there. Because
I know.
Pretty good.
I know. You're correct. And that's why I didn't say nothing back to you. But in another poll, I was messing with you. I think I'm gonna do a bunch of Bishops and Lobos posts. We gonna be Lobo heavy. Lobo gonna challenge the universe. Lobo and Deadpool and Bishop gonna be on the ground all week. All week. Nah, but on the real, let me put this up here. Do you mind if we go 10 minutes longer? Or are you gonna be mad? You guy. You.
Me.
All right.
Me.
10 minutes.
Go ahead.
All right, we need to get into the shows, all right, because we can be on the soapbox for a long time. So, my shows that I picked, that was better than Marvel. I know y'all be mad, but I feel like Across the Spider-Verse is. I know it's from Marvel, the comic books, but it's Sony. It's Sony.
It's Sony. It's like the first X-Men.
Love. They put that on Netflix too. I watched it again. I mean, we're 11 days into the new year. I've watched the Batman and Across the Spider-Verse. Right? I've watched them.
Okay, listen, I joke a lot, but a lot of people need to go back and read the first fight between Superman and Lobo. Hey, Lobo was wreaking havoc.
No, listen, I'm not gonna address that because hear me out on that. This is why I hate when they did I can't remember what the verse is called when they did the Batman versus Superman and they let Batman get the best of Superman. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's kind of like the same thing. No. I feel like that's the same thing that they did with Superman and Lobo. First, you created Lobo to be so hard hitting, and then next thing you know, Superman got to beat him. I think that should have been a stalemate. But then you let Doomsday come through and kill Superman.
Yeah. Lesson in that short story, little comic book was you got to watch out who you're talking to. No matter who you are, it doesn't matter. Even if you're Superman, you might find someone who can beat you up. Right.
All right, let's get back to this. 9 minutes. All right, so for my shows, I got Gen V, Invincible, Transformers Rise of the Beast, and I Am Virgo. Those are, and it's some more out there. It's some more out there, but those are the ones that for me, I have been waiting for Gen V and Invincible the whole year. Like I didn't even want to watch anything else on TV once I heard it was coming out. And they'll tell you, you want to watch this movie? Nah, I'm good.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, I be feeling like that too, man. Like movie comes out and stuff, I'm not even excited because like I'm waiting for my shows and like the real stuff that like, gets me excited to come out, and it don't come out for a long time.
Yeah, it's part of us not doing
any shows when I go to the movies. So part of it, I'm wasting money.
Part of us not doing any shows is because he didn't want to watch none unless it was the stuff that he was waiting on to come out. I'd be like, hey man, watch this. So I suggested there's another series, Blue Eyed Samurai. He went ahead and watched it, and then I end up doing something else. But he actually enjoyed.
Yeah, that one was good. Samurai. That one was real good.
So but again, we was feeling the same way, and I found myself sometimes forcing myself to watch stuff, and then I'm like, okay, like Silo. I didn't finish that.
You didn't finish Silo? Dang, that was good, man. I don't want to mess it up for you in the end, man.
Okay, then I'll go ahead and watch it. I didn't finish Changeling on Apple.
You didn't tell me
I did finish The Fall of the House of Usher.
You didn't tell me watch that.
It's one of them guilty pleasures.
Oh.
What else was I watching? No, I think yeah. So
did you just read Demon Slayer? Or you actually watch it?
No, I read about maybe 30 or 40 pages, and I'm gonna tell you, man, I'm gonna let you into my world a little bit. And MVP, let me know if you want me to do this. Hold on. So right before Christmas, Marvel, because I'm a part of the Marvel universe, they sent me this. All right, Nova.
The shredder?
Huh? No, it's with some comics in it.
Oh, okay.
Right, and then it's with Loki because All right, just to give you an idea, working with Loki, and then if you open up the back of this mug,
oh, you got an action figure?
Yeah.
Who is that?
Nova. So I was gonna do an unboxing, and then they sent me a Loki patch.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Man, they gonna get you up.
And then they sent me a Rocket Raccoon pen. So I got caught up reading a couple storylines. So that last storyline that I put out, which was Incredible Hulk with what's his name? Frost. Because I was reading that storyline and I got caught up in there. I really didn't like
the fall of the House of Usher. It sent a little predictable, but I did like the challenging or the changing. The problem is it's really hard to find Apple TV with the price. Sorry.
Exactly. Oh. So hey, listen, I agree with you on House of Usher. I finished it because I just wanted to see. I wanted to see who the lady was. I wanted to see if she was a demon from the past, if they gave her a name or something like that. That really interested me. But you're right, it was predictable. And it was a story that kind of already been told with just a little, but they put a twist on it. But it's the story.
So it's like the second season of Death Note.
You sell your soul for riches. That's what this story was. I should have started doing some of these reviews and just do a one-liner like, yo, this is a 5 because this story's already been told. Would you sell your soul for riches? And that's what they did. So for this show in particular, Fall of House of Usher, it was, would you sell your soul to be rich? And he was like, yeah. And then Demon's like, that's not all. Your whole bloodline dies when you die. Right? So he went ahead and made the deal. And he was like, 30 or 40 years of not wanting for nothing, being rich as possible, blah, blah, blah. And they had like eight bastard kids or whatever. And these kids had these different fetishes or whatever. And you seen that. But guess what? When he started getting his terminal illness, that demon started coming, taking them, dog. Taking them left and right. And so the whole time throughout this show, you would think he would truly feel bad for the decision that he made. He didn't.
See, which is really sad because the original story followed The House of Usher by Edgar Allan Poe was actually about the sinking Titans and how they panicked dealing with that. I want to see the story on. Oh, see that story.
Look, MDP, I didn't even know you was. I'm gonna start bringing this up a little bit more because I be watching these little all shows, but I don't be discussing it on my comments. And you giving me an idea that we should go ahead and start discussing them. Now, the changeling is with what's the black dude name who was Lakeith Stanfield. He's in the changeling, and I didn't finish that yet. But the overall storyline is kind of like the changeling that Angelina Jolie was in, but it's written from a black version with a different storyline. I don't know, B. I mean, you might like it. It started getting a little stupid at the 6th and 7th episode, and then I didn't finish it. But I'm gonna go back because MDP said so. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna finish it. Other than that, we didn't talk about none we're supposed to talk about, but I guess we did have a good show.
Had a good show.
All right. So with that being said, Midnight Assassin. Hold on, let's see what MDP said.
Holy crap! You haven't finished it yet? Oh God, you in for some shit.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go catch an episode tonight before I go to sleep. And then I'll watch it. We'll come back on it next week for about 10 minutes. But next week's show is going to be about Crisis on Infinite Earth. And that's kind of dependent on the Midnight Assassin. When he watched Crisis on Infinite Earth and then he watched an episode of Echo, he'll make the decision on which way we're going to go. Because that Crisis on Infinite Earth, it's all right. It's a nice start to it. It's like a slow... You're getting a buzz, and then I think they're going to hit us with that.
Yeah.
It's got the anti-monitor in there. No, the monitor in there right now.
Oh, the monitor's in there. He's back. Okay.
And they listen.
I gotta watch my Jujutsu Kaisen though.
We're gonna give you a whole show to talk about your anime. I'm just gonna sit back and say nothing. You need about 5.
Yo, I heard Mashley's coming out. Yo, you need to watch Mashley, bro. Like,
hold on, I got a real quick question for MDP. Have you watched Monarch on Apple? Let me know in the chats or whatever if y'all want to talk about that. So Monarch is the spinoff from the Monsterverse, and so Monarch is the guys that's in Godzilla.
It's time.
No, we need to stay. Yeah. No, go ahead, close us out, man, because you gotta close out.
I got a lot to
do.
Appreciate everybody.
I'm pulling up on you. Put some respect on my name.
You already know what it is.
Put some respect on my name.